welcome to today's video. Today we will be trying out a little Roadblasters. Alright, we got Bubble City, Forest, and Desert Region, huh? Let's try Bubble City. Boy, this is another clone of so many of these racing games. Like, honestly, like, this is not even a very good clone of them, to be honest. Alright, are these good or bad? Okay, so these are fuel balls. The controls are not very good. Your car doesn't function really well. It doesn't have, like, the moving. It's very blocky. Like, compared to most of the other ones, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, there's not even a brake. You have gas and you have fire. Your little pea shooter. Like when you turn your car, like, I don't know, I can't even... Oh, we got an oil slick. It's the same boring thing that they do a lot in these. We did make it through the level. But the whole front never changes. Nothing moves. Like, everything is on a roll where it just constantly does the exact same thing. I mean, handling, it moves, but it's not like, it doesn't feel as responsive. Like, look at the car. Like, he's just kind of turned sideways for no real reason. And we're fighting the same car that looks like it's a smiley face up until you get to the end of it. Just, there's nothing really... for one to stand out at all. Oh, that's a bad thing. Alright. Never mind. Nothing really makes this game stand out, and I think there's more that makes it just kind of... We missed all the fuel, but we still got there. I mean, at least it's a little easier than some of the other ones. You seem to be able to make it. But all in all, there's nothing really I'm liking about the game at all. Sprite work is not very well done. I mean, when you turn your car just kind of goes sideways. It doesn't really have the movement of a car, which, you know, is kind of one of the main base things that you should have in a car racing game. I don't know why we're facing, you know, the car is kind of just turning sideways when we're turning. The controls, while your car does move responsively to a point, it just, I don't know, it's one of those things where just the look and feel of it just doesn't work for me. Especially with as many different games as there are. Then we have the Invincible car, I guess. And your gun doesn't have much range. Yeah, the blue cars just are invincible. But we're making it. Maybe we can blow up the blue car with the increased firepower. I mean, there's no soundtrack really. There's nothing really positive to say about the thing. I mean, it's a clone of a game that we've seen more times than we can count really on this channel so far, and just on Nintendo alone. Like, every racing game seems to follow the same thing. This gimmick is just the shooting, but it's not the only game that has the shooting while we're racing. It's just more basic, more simplistic. I think they skimped on just about everything. But I must say, amongst all the racing games, if this is kind of anything that you enjoyed as growing up or even now, I think this one is probably the easier and the more casual game that you could play and get through all the levels. Like most of the other ones, especially ones that have like the fuel and everything, you run out of gas constantly. And this one, we almost did once because we crashed and had so many things happening before. And then once you start going kind of fast, everything is so blurry and just poorly done that it's almost like the game can't fully keep up. But just the repetitive, kind of boring, same cars, same, almost everything. Like, it's just everything on repeat, as they always do, for whatever reason. At least those turrets are terrible, and as long as you're just going, they don't hit you. But I mean, we are blowing through the levels. We haven't failed any yet. Hey, we finally ran out of gas. I mean, we've seen this game, like, if you didn't know the name of this one, it would look like 4 of the other ones that we've played almost identically. Like, it really has very few distinguishing factors. It's the same thing where it's almost like it's on 2 rollers and it just keeps your car staying still and it just rolls underneath you and changes the scenery. I mean, it's so boring and basic. It has no music really to it. Nothing that really, I mean, another Tengen game. So, it explains a lot on that. It's not necessarily a bad game. It is a little bit more playable than some of the other ones. Some of the other ones are just absolutely not even playable, where this one is. I mean, I don't like the way the car visually is when you're moving and turning. It just doesn't make sense where your car just turns sideways and, you know, is doing a whole lot of nothing. That's just kind of, it's a stupid nitpick on my part, I get it, but it's just like, it's what, you're in a racing game. You are driving a car. So the whole pinpoint, like, if you're not going to do scenery, if you're not going to do anything else, why not at least have your car move properly? Like, seriously? And then just, I don't know, like, it's just pretty boring. It's just unimaginative. It really is. Like, almost, even the backdrops are looking like a lot of the other games that we've played on the same genre. So there's nothing that makes it stick out. There's nothing that makes it enjoyable. It really doesn't handle overly well. And just, there's no redeeming qualities to make this any better than any of the other ones, except it's a little easier, at least early on, and it's a little bit more playable. But it's just, I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's so basic. It's so boring. with, I mean, we're whatever level this is, and it's still the same orange cars. Like, there's no nothing. They don't even change anything except for the color of the grass. And that's about the extent of it. So, with that being said, that's Roadblasters, guys. You have a good day. We'll see you next time.